Anybody who knows me knows that I love to talk about school data, district data, and I like to talk about it so that it can help us inform the instruction that happens in the classroom. We're going to use ChatGPT and state data or school district data to grab it from the districts or the state report cards. In California, we call it the dashboard. In the state of Illinois, we call it the Illinois school or district report card. And we're going to use both of those states. We're going to grab it, throw it into ChatGPT, and ask it to tell us some goals that we can use. Now, we're going to use SMART goals and just any kind of goals, but I want you to see what ChatGPT can do for us. And I want to show you how to do this because I think I didn't explain it well. I just kind of did it. So I'm going to start from the beginning using data because we love data, any kind of data. And we're going to use it to have a little fun with data. And if you're a principal, a parent, a support staff, a superintendent, a director, use ChatGPT to help you. It's not your life's work. It's going to help you think and process. And if it doesn't come out with exactly the goal you want, it will get you thinking about goals that you can create. Let's jump in, have a little fun with ChatGPT and district data. You can grab any of these indicators here to throw into ChatGPT. I am a fan of mathematics, so I clicked on mathematics, and it takes us down to the academic indicators, and this is the area that I want to focus on. This is the overall data for mathematics for the Los Angeles Unified School District. And what I can do is, and you can see it says all students and state. So if I click on state, this is where the state is, but we're going to focus on Los Angeles. I'm going to highlight this and just get the information that it says about mathematics for all students. Note that 71.5 points below standard means that to get to at standard or met or exceeded, or at least met, these students as a whole need to move up 71.5 points. So I'm going to Control C or Command C if you are in using a Mac, and I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to ask it to analyze the following data for the Los Angeles Unified School District. What I failed to realize is that when I hit Control V, don't hit enter. You don't want to hit enter. Let it be all over the place. If you hit enter, it's going to start to analyze the data. Now let's go back to the data. What you see here is what we call the equity report. We have students in student groups in very low, low, medium, high, and very high. So let's click on view more details. What's nice is that it's going to give you information about students who are in very low. Note that the performance levels here, very low, to the highest performance level, very high. Here, that 5 bars is highest performance and lowest performance is 1 bar. We see that we have student groups in very low, low, medium, high, and very high. And then no student groups in no performance level. I'm going to skip this area, but I want to highlight this. So notice that we have very low, low, medium, high, and very high. I'm going to grab all of this data, highlight it, hit Control C or Command C, go back to ChatGPT, do a few spaces, and hit Control V, Command V. And I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to hit Enter. I'm going to go back, hit low, and now I'm going to grab the same information. Same thing, Command C or Control C, go back, go to medium, grab the next student group, and just do a few spaces, Control or Command V for paste. And now I'm going to go to high, do the same thing, Control or Command C, do a few spaces, And notice that it's all over the place. You're like, how is ChatGPT going to figure this out? And then I'm going to hit Control C again for this. Now, I think I need to go back up to the top. I said, analyze the following data. Analyze the following data for LA. I should probably Los Angeles Unified School Districts. District mathematics. Now, and notice that all of this is all over the place. I'm going to just do a few spaces and say, and in brackets, you are the expert. And I'm going to push it a little bit. Once place the data into a table and then analyze the data. Also, create goals for the LA Unified School District to improve in mathematics for each student group. And now you can either hit this little airplane or enter. Remember, I didn't hit enter when I did this. It is all over the place. Let's see what happens with the data. Now it immediately starts putting them into student groups, which is nice. So it's telling you points below or above standard. Now I already know that these are all typically points below or above standard, but I wanted to show me the negatives. And I know that state, I'm going to actually tell it to redo chart table with negative and positive above or below standard, because it needs to redo that chart, because I don't know if it's above or below. I already know the low students are. So here we go. That's better. I could immediately see that. So we can see that all students are below, very low, and then it shows you that, you know, our Filipino, two or more races or Asian students are above standard. That's what I needed. And now it says, as for goals to improve math proficiency for each student group, here are some suggestions. Remember, it's just suggestions. You don't have to do this, but I bet it will get you thinking. African American, American Indian, I would rather say Native American or Indigenous people, English learners, foster youth, homeless, and students with disabilities. The district should provide targeted support and resources to these student groups, such as specialized tutoring, after-school programs, and additional instruction time to ensure they are able to meet the state standards in math. And then it gives you more information about Hispanic, Pacific Islanders, socioeconomically disadvantaged. This district should work to improve these student groups' performance by providing cultural responsive instruction, but they could do that for all students. So you see, they're giving you suggestions. It's kind of out there, but I would have done this for all students. And then for our white students, although this student group is performing at a medium level, the district should still focus on improving their math proficiency by providing opportunities for advanced coursework and increasing rigor in mathematics. I would say that we need to do that for all students. We should. And then what you could do is say, use history and culturally responsive education for each student group and the goals. Let me just throw it in the, so here now it's being very specific, and it's looking at social justice, it's looking at Native American practices, English learners, ensure teachers receive training and working with English learners. You should probably receive training for all of it, and it says that. Foster youth, Hispanic, white, Filipino students. The district should provide opportunities for these students to learn about each other's cultures and perspectives. So even though it's not perfect, it's giving you some ideas, giving you some dialogue. And now I would say, create questions for a collective efficacy, professional learning community to engage conversation. And even if you spell it wrong, it'll figure it out. So now it's going to create some questions around the dialogue. What is your understanding of collective efficacy? How can you build a shared sense of responsibility and accountability for student success across our school district? What are some strategies for fostering trust and collaboration among colleagues in order to build a culture? See, it's focusing on that. Now I'm going to say create questions based on the above goals. See, now this is the dialogue we want, because I should have been more specific. It wanted to talk about collective efficacy, which we should talk about. But here we go, like what for African American students, what specific historical events and cultural practices can we incorporate into our math curriculum to increase engagement and achievement? I would really prefer the word mathematics, because math is a slang word, but that's okay. And then think about, it says, how can we create an inclusive and equitable learning environment that supports the mathematical development of all students, regardless of their race, ethnicity, or cultural background? This is amazing. And now what I would do is I would take this information and put it in a report to help guide some professional learning. I did that for the state of California, the Los Angeles Unified School District. We're going to jump into the Illinois report card to see what is different about the different states. Now, every state should have some type of report card. I like the California dashboard. It's user-friendly. You can click on it. You can kind of have fun. I am from Illinois. Originally, I was born in Illinois near Chicago, and I remember the report card, but it's been a while. I've been away from Illinois for quite some time, but I do like talking about Illinois because, go Bears, go Cubs. So let's have a little fun with ChatGPT using the Illinois report card. This is the public school district lookup for the Illinois State Board of Education. You can, wherever you are in the state of Illinois, you can put the school district here. You can search by region or city. And in this situation, I went to Proviso East High School. So I decided I would use my former district. And I already created it. I opened it up. You can look at SAT scores. You can look at the science assessment, proficiency rate, participation rate, achievement gap, performance, scatter plots, 9th grade on track, college and career readiness, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But this is the academic progress for SAT. I don't even know what this is, so somebody else can tell me what that is. Actually, let's click on it. I'm curious. It is what is this? The Dynamic Learning Maps Assessment. And it gives you it by year. Okay, this is a conversation. It's in ELA. Math and science. I don't know, California. I think Illinois just went up to you because I'm kind of liking this. So I'm going to go with emerging, approaching target, at target, advanced. And in the state of California, we have in this situation, it's giving you information based on student groups. And that is comparable to the CASP results, the California Assessment for Student Performance and Progress. I like this. I'm not going to lie, I like this. I'm not going to click on it and use this data, but so just so you know, DLM, Dynamic Learning Maps Assessment for Students with Cognitive Disabilities. So this is I'm very, very, very intrigued. So I'm going to go back, because what I want to do is I want to use the data. It's not thinking. Go back. Okay. We'll just go to proficiency. Maybe it take me where I want it to go. It does. Okay. So this information is the ELA proficiency when I open it up. So for the district, it's at 11.7%, and the state is 29.9%. Ooh, that's a conversation. Illinois, Proviso Township High School District 209. And then and it gives you can go by years. I'm going to go with this is the most current year it is. And then you have mathematics, and that gives you the difference. And then you have science. I'm kind of impressed. I'm kind of impressed with science, even though it says 50%. Oh, that's a conversation, California. I think Illinois just one up you on science. But so I did mathematics for California. However, I'm going to be using a little bit different data because I don't see a dashboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the demographics, and I can look at all the ethnic groups. I can grab them all. I did grab the ethnic groups, the student groups for California, but based on the dashboard and the distance from standard, meaning whether or not they met or didn't meet the state standards. I can do male, female, interesting. They have non-binary, let's go for it. And then we have low income, we call it economically disadvantaged in the state of California, English learners, students with IEPs, students with disabilities because they may not have an individual education plan. I don't know what youth and care is, maybe foster care, migrant students, military, and homeless. Let's just do them all. I'm going to add the demographics. And when it does that, it gives me all of this wonderful data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it all. And I'm going to have to scroll down because it's not doing it the way I want it because I don't have enough information. So I'm just going to keep going and get all this information. And I do like that it's easier to see, because in the state of California, I have to keep clicking. So I'll go all the way down, get all this data. We'll keep scrolling and bear with me. If you're listening to this and you want to click on the chapters, just go to the description below and you can forward this to the next chapter. Let's see, because so we got it all. We're going to hit Command C if you're on an Apple, or Control C, copy it all. And we're going to go to a new chat. I'm going to say, analyze the following data for the Proviso. What does it say? Proviso, yeah, Proviso Township. It's a high school district, 209 in the state of Illinois. Put the data in a table and give goals to support each student group. And now I'm going to get really creative. Consider history and equity in learning. Now I'm going to hit Control V, whole lot of data, it says redacted because there weren't enough Asian students, and I'm just going to leave it there. And I'm going to put in brackets, you are the expert. And I'm going to hit enter. So much going on. But ChatGPT is wonderful. It's organizing it. So it's telling us, and for white students, it's giving us the level, the year, and I'm not quite sure where it's going with this data. Like I'm very confused. Like I don't understand. So I'm going to go back here and look at the data. So what I wanted to do is grab this data. I wanted to use the district data. So let me go back and let's see what's happening. So it did some creative stuff. Very creative stuff. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Wait a minute. Data not available. Okay. This chart isn't what I want. This chart is wrong. Use the district indicator only and see if it'll figure it out. Okay. This is a little bit better. Data has been redacted. So American Indian, 33.4% were at 20%, 25.5% were at 40%, 18.8% were at 60%. Now, I need to go verify this because this is interesting. So, and I'm not quite sure. So for example, I'm seeing female for the district at 11.7%. So it's looking, so let's go to female, 11.7%. And I want to know where did you find this data? I'm going to say, I see female, for example, at 11.7% proficient. Use the proficiency rate and create the table. And let's see. Let's see if we can see. There we go. That says no data available, but see, I saw the female data at 11%. Or was I wrong? No, female data is at 11.7%. And male data is at 13.9%. So I have to push it because it's putting male data. So you are off by a row. For example, male data is 13.9% and female data is 11.7%. So let's see, all students, I don't think it's been redacted, but let's go back and look at, so our white students should be at 35.7%. Let's go see if, yes. Okay, now, and that's, it's doing it fast for me. I'm going to say all students are 12.8%. I noticed that all students are at 12.8%. Fix the table. It's going to apologize again, but we'll let it. And okay, so let's just verify. Black students are 6.6%. Black students 6. Okay, it's fixing it. Asian students it's been redacted. Native American, Pacific Islander has been redacted. So let's go back and look. Asian American, was Pacific Islander redacted? Okay, so two or more races is at 14.3%. So Pacific Islander was redacted, and two or more races is actually 14.3%. Scroll down a row. What I want you to see is that ChatGPT isn't perfect, but it can fix some stuff quickly if you push it, which is good. And again, it really, no. Pacific Islander is data has been redacted. Let's go back and look. See? Let's show them that. And then two more races, male, okay. Let's see if it fixes it. Because now I'm really pushing it and I'm frustrated with it. Okay. Now we can, so low income students is 1.7. Let's go look. Nope. So what's interesting is that it is not organizing this data very well. This chart is wrong. So now I'm going to go in here and see what we can do differently. It says that I can show data table. Let's see if that will help. Show data table. Don't see that. And I'm wondering if I can, so Excel spreadsheet. Let's see if it'll help. So, okay, so this might help a little bit. And those are the things that we want to kind of push ChatGPT because it's having some trouble with organizing the data. So now I'm going into numbers and we're going to come back to this and grab the data. And what's interesting is that even it's not showing it because I don't have Excel on here. But this is something that is interesting because it's not organized. Oh, it's at the bottom. Okay, here we go. Let's just grab this and see what happens. Even though it's already there. Okay, let's grab this. I didn't even notice this, but that's okay because I don't use Illinois. Use this table and reorganize and use this data and create a table. Okay, so now it's going to do it right. Yeah. Now analyze and create district goals for the above data that is restorative and equitable for each student group. So these are the things that what's nice is that you can get really creative. And what I like is that it's and it's telling you here some things you can do, increase by rate X percent. So you could throw that in as to what you wanted it to do, but it's now creating goals. So if you're listening to this and you want to go to the actual chapters, they're in the description, and you can go to the actual chapter to help you out. Thanks for working with me, allowing me to grapple with the state data. You can do this with any data around the United States or in any other country. Grab the data, throw it into ChatGPT, push it a little bit. If you can download a table, grab it, throw it in. Obviously, it's a little bit more organized. You can even ask it to create SMART goals for you, especially if they're specific and measurable, attainable, and they're time bound. You really want to look at what you can do with ChatGPT and any district or state data that can help you inform what you're doing in the classroom or as a principal. Ask it to create questions. Say, create questions that I can use to provide professional development for my staff. Have fun with ChatGPT. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, please comment. Tell me what you're doing with ChatGPT. Ask me a question. Maybe it's a video that I can create for you so we can push ChatGPT a little bit, and come back and watch the other videos and the introduction to ChatGPT. Thank you so much for watching.